Numbers tell stories, but only if you know how to listen. Let's decode statistics in simplest and most practical way possible. Welcome back to Shital's Data Desk, your one-stop destination to understand data and analytics with real-world clarity. Today, we are exploring conceptual foundations of statistics, building blocks that every data analyst, business strategist, and decision maker relies on. Because when you truly understand how statistics works, you can transform raw data into powerful insights that drive smart decisions. So, what exactly is statistics? In simple terms, statistics is the science of collecting, organizing, analyzing, and interpreting data. It helps us make sense of overwhelming amount of information around us, from e-commerce sales trends and hospital reports to business forecasts. Whether it is understanding customer behavior or predicting next quarter's revenue, it helps us turn numbers into knowledge. Now that we know what statistics is, let's break it down into two main branches that guides every type of analysis we do. Statistics can broadly be divided into two main branches, descriptive and inferential. Both are essential, but they serve very different purposes. Descriptive statistics is all about summarizing and presenting data in meaningful way. It focuses on what has already happened, giving us clear snapshot of past. It uses measures like mean, median, mode, range, and standard deviation, as well as visual tools like charts, graphs, and tables to summarize large data sets. Think of it as creating summary after reading long story. You are not predicting what comes next, just describing what is already there. In the real world, you will find descriptive statistics everywhere. In e-commerce, it is used to track average delivery times, order values, or return rates. In businesses, it helps summarize performance like average monthly sales or revenue by region. In healthcare, hospitals use it to report daily patient admissions or average recovery time. Descriptive statistics gives you clarity, helping you see patterns and trends in data you already have. It is backbone of reporting, forming basis for dashboards, performance reviews, and annual summaries. But while descriptive statistics shows you what happened, it doesn't explain why it happened or what could happen next. So what if you want to go beyond just describing data and start making predictions or drawing conclusions about larger group? That's where inferential statistics comes in. Inferential statistics takes analysis one step further. It uses data from sample to make generalizations or predictions about larger population. In other words, instead of studying everyone, we study smaller representative group and use probability to estimate what's true for the whole. This is where concepts like sampling, hypothesis testing, confidence intervals, correlation and regression comes into play. In e-commerce, analysts might test whether weekend discounts boost sales by analyzing small sample of transaction before applying insights to entire customer base. In businesses, companies use hypothesis testing to see if new marketing strategy actually improved revenue or if it was just by chance. In healthcare, researchers test new drugs on limited group of patients to infer how they might perform across wider population. Inferential statistics help organizations make data-driven decisions with confidence, even when complete data is not available. It is what allows you to move from simply observing patterns to predicting outcomes and making informed business choices. But here's an important question. How can we make such predictions without studying everyone? Secret lies in one powerful concept, sampling, art of selecting right subset of data to represent the whole. Sampling is the process of selecting smaller portion of data that accurately represents whole population. It is what allows analysts and scientists to work efficiently without needing every data point. In businesses, sampling can help predict customer satisfaction based on survey responses from just few hundred shoppers. In healthcare, it can help determine average recovery rates from limited number of patients. Key is ensuring your sample is random, unbiased, and large enough to reflect reality. Now that we have seen how data is gathered, let's talk about something even more powerful, how to think statistically. Statistical thinking is about approaching problems logically, understanding variation, questioning assumptions, and making decisions based on evidence, not guesswork. It is what helps businesses understand why sales fluctuate or why certain marketing campaign perform better in one region than another. In healthcare, it means identifying whether change in recovery rate is due to new treatment or just random variation. Statistical thinking is what turns data users into true data interpreters. Once we understand how to think statistically, it's time to see how those ideas come alive through tools and techniques. To apply these concepts, analysts rely on range of statistical tools and models. Some of most common tools include regression analysis to identify relationship between variables. Regression analysis helps us understand and measure how one variable influences another. It is not just about observing patterns. It quantifies strength and direction of those relationships, allowing us to predict outcomes based on existing data. For instance, in e-commerce, regression can reveal how price changes or advertising spend impact sales revenue. If regression line shows strong positive slope, it means more ads, more sales. In businesses, companies use it to predict how factors like employee training hours affect productivity or customer satisfaction. In healthcare, regression helps analyze how recovery time depends on variables like age, dosage, or lifestyle habits. It is like drawing trend line through your data, showing how two or more factors are connected and how one can be used to forecast other. So, while descriptive statistics summarizes what happened, regression analysis explains how and by how much one thing affects another, making it powerful bridge between descriptive insights and predictive intelligence. Second, hypothesis testing to test assumptions and verify conclusions. Hypothesis testing help us make data-backed decisions instead of guesses. It is like asking, is this result real or just random chance? For example, an online store may test if new homepage design leads to higher conversion rates. Business might check if marketing campaign really boosted revenue. And in healthcare, researchers use hypothesis testing to verify whether new drug performs better than current one. It is all about testing assumptions and validating conclusions with confidence. In simple terms, hypothesis testing gives structure to curiosity. It is foundation of data-driven decision making, helping us move from assumptions to verified insights. Third, correlation analysis to understand how two factors move together. Correlation analysis helps measure how two variables move together and whether that movement is positive, negative, or unrelated. If one increases when the other increases, that's positive correlation. If one goes up while the other goes down, that's negative correlation. If there is no consistent pattern, correlation is zero or weak. In e commerce, website traffic and sales often show positive correlation. In businesses, employee satisfaction and turnover rates generally have negative correlation. In healthcare, exercise frequency and blood pressure may show strong negative correlation. However, correlation doesn't always mean causation. Just because two things move together doesn't mean one causes the other. For instance, ice cream sales and drowning incidents both rise in summer, but one doesn't cause the other. Correlation simply tells us that two factors are related. To understand why, we need deeper tools like regression or hypothesis testing. Now that we have explored how statistics works in practice, let's understand why it is such an essential skill in every data driven field. In today's world, every decision from business strategy to patient care depends on understanding and interpreting data correctly. Statistics gives you power to identify trends before they become visible, support decisions with evidence, and communicate insights clearly and confidently. It is bridge between raw data and meaningful action. So, whether you are managing business, optimizing an e-commerce platform, or working in healthcare, statistics helps you move from intuition to intelligence. So, let's quickly recap what we have learned today. Statistics helps us collect, organize, and interpret data. It has two main branches, descriptive and inferential. Descriptive statistics tells us what happened. Inferential statistics help us predict and test what might happen next. Sampling helps us generalize without studying entire population. Statistical thinking keeps our analysis logical and evidence based. And tools like regression, hypothesis testing and correlation helps us to make those insights real. Statistics isn't just about numbers. It's about understanding patterns, reasoning logically and making smarter decisions. Thanks for watching Shital's Data Desk. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into data analytics and visualization.